Hi, this is Chazan Alberto Mizrahi. Stay tuned. Taped with Rabbi Doug is next.
We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug on your TV tonight.
But Daddy, I want to watch Monday Night Football.
Forget about Monday Night Football. There's no other thing we're gonna watch on Monday but Rabbi Doug. Yeah, Rabbi Doug on TV tonight. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. Oh, everybody talk about Doug.
Shalom and welcome to Taped with Rabbi Doug. We're here at the home of Glenn Miller and Ruth Rotenberg as they are about to dedicate a brand new Torah Scroll, Sefer Torah, in memory of their daughter Tanielle. And we are here as they are finishing the writing of the Torah.
I don't like
The last letters of the Torah are now being completed by the scribe, the sofer, who writes each letter perfectly, letter by letter, using a quill from a feather and special ink. The scribe completing this Torah right now happens to be Ruth's brother, who is a sofer, and he is now completing the last letters of the Torah.
We escort this Torah to its home. And just a quick idea about my sister Tanielle, for those of you that knew her or didn't, and you can read, we have booklets all about different parts of who she was, that she was kind through and through and lived the Torah so alive, that she is so alive in so many lives. You could just ask people that knew her and hear stories. But a quick idea that I was thinking about that just came to me this week as we were doing this preparation is that this Torah is in her memory, is dedicated to her. And so every single time, this is what I was thinking about, this idea that every Torah has someone else's energy that's dedicated in their honor, in their memory, and this idea that Tanielle and who she was is a part and lives in the fabric of this Torah, the way that she lived Torah with so much truth and conviction and love and passion, and that's what the energy that's in this Torah. And so I was thinking about this idea that every time we open it and every time we hear it, the energy of Tanielle and who she was gets to sprinkle, almost like this little glitter that gets to be in the world, that gets to hit different people in different ways, and that the Torah, and every time we read it, every person gets to hear something or it impacts them differently, and that her legacy gets to live and breathe in all of us through her love of Torah and through our unique fabric of how that weaves with each of us. So I just wanted to share that idea as we move into the next piece. And Mishael, your brother Mishael, is going to share a little bit more, and we're so grateful you're all here.
Thank you everyone for coming. Gotta start first. Thanks Hashem and my parents. Got my dad's genes, so bear with me. I've certainly been called lazy over the years in many things around the house. I usually help with stuff. This I had really no part of, and seeing everything from Friday through everything so far today, the block party coming and everything coming forward, it's amazing. And my parents spearheaded it, and all my siblings were amazing. So thank you everyone. Okay, so I'm going to say something that I think if Miriam can hear me, she'll be shocked, and my siblings as well. I'm going to ask everyone for a minute to just be very present with where we are. These aren't words that have ever really come out of my mouth. Claire's laughing on the side. We're all here and we see the Torah and it's important, and we know that it's an event and it's special and it's wonderful. But it's more than that. This isn't even about Tanielle, that's what's crazy. We're bringing Torah into the world. The Torah is a life source. Let's appreciate the moment and live in it. Okay, so there's in this week's parsha, there was a pasuk that talked about Yirat Shamayim. It said, "V'ata Yisrael ma Adonai Elohecha shoel meimach, ki im liyira et Adonai Elohecha lalechet b'chol derechav u'li'ava oto." Right, so it says that what's asked of us? To fear. It's not a great translation, but that's the one we got in English. So, liyirat Hashem. So what is Yirat Shamayim? It's a good question. So there's a Gemara in Brachot that there's kind of like 3 consecutive excerpts that they talk about Yirat Shamayim, and they build together in a nice message. I should give credit to my Rosh Hashiva, because this is mostly his idea, and anything else that I might toss in certainly is just because I learned there. So the Gemara says, Margalit B'pumya d'Avaye, Le'olam Yehei Adam Arum B'yira, Ma'aneh Rach U'meshiv Chama, U'marbeh Shalom im Achiv V'im Krovav, V'im Kol Adam V'afilu im Nochri B'shuk, Kedei Sheyeh Ahuv L'mala V'nechmad L'mata. Okay, so the Gemara brings in that Abaye said that in this world a man needs to be Arum B'yira. Arum is a very interesting word. Many people do it, the initial reaction is the word naked. But there's more to it. It's also kind of like cunning, or almost like trickery. It's an interesting word to connect with Yirat Shamayim. And I think what kind of these pieces to come are saying to us is, Yirat Shamayim, we need to be a little shrewd in how we approach Yirat Shamayim to do it properly. It's a concept that you hear it seems very obvious. Yirat Shamayim, fear God, respect God, have that relationship with God, but there's a lot more to it, and that's what's going to come. So Arum is a very interesting word. We can move on from that now. Ma'aneh Rach U'meshiv Chama. So you should answer. If you answer softly, you can quell anger or kind of like slow down things that are really intense, and that's a really important piece, right? When you speak softly, when you speak properly, when you speak effectively with people, it doesn't matter how angry people are. It doesn't matter what's going on. Everything works out. You gotta act and kind of carry yourself in the proper way, right? And it continues. U'marbeh Shalom. If you do this, then you spread peace with your brothers, with your family, with the world, everywhere out there, right? And so you need to do this with people you care about, people you know, but even just the guy at the store who you're never going to see again, right? And why do we do that? Today, so that so if we do these things, and remember this is juxtaposed with Yirat Shamayim, if we act this way, right, then we're going to be loved in Shamayim, and we're going to be welcomed and liked on this world, right? Love is something that you have to earn. You don't get it just because, right? Kids, parents, whatever, I'm going to be a sucker for that, so we'll set that aside for a minute. But in general, love is something, it's this emotion, it's this thing that you have to prove, you have to earn, you have to live in, right? And that's kind of what Abaye is saying here, to do this, right? So it breaks it into different pieces. You have to think about Yirat Shamayim differently. It's not necessarily so straightforward. Okay, that's the Arum. You got to speak properly, greet people, right? And then the Gemara immediately afterwards, it's almost like a little bit of a tangent, right? But it says about Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, nobody said hi to him first. He said hi to everybody first. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside for a second. We'll come back to that. The next part of the Gemara continues. Margalit Punya, sorry, I was going back to the same place. Margalit Punya de Rava. Okay, so Rava comes and adds on to this. Tachlit Chachma, Tshuva Masim Tovim. So the essence of Chachma, the essence of wisdom, is tshuva and good deeds, right? So returning, as the rabbi said yesterday in Shul, I think he's here, right? Returning to what's right. Tshuva is very relevant this time of year. We're approaching Elul and Yamim Noraim, but everyone can do that. We're not going to get into that one right now. Shelo yeh adam korev shoneh u'voet ba'aviv u'imo u'berabo u'v'mishu gadol alav. Okay, mimenu bechachma u'bunyan shene'emar reshit chachma yirat Adonai sechel tov l'chol oseyem l'osim lo ne'emar ela lo sehem. Okay, so what this is coming to say is, wisdom is supposed to get you to do tshuva, right, which is very introspective, and to do good deeds. It's not there to make you haughty, so you can look down on all the people that you know more than, right? You're not supposed to separate from your parents. You're not supposed to say, oh, well, I'm so learned, they don't really learn, I'm going to do my own thing. You're not supposed to shut yourself away from them. You're supposed to do good deeds. You're supposed to interact, right? And there's an interesting word. It says Osehen, not Osim. So what does that teach us? It comes to teach that when you're doing mitzvahs for the sake of doing the mitzvahs, you're doing it for the right reasons, not just doing them. That's what's most important, right? We need to do it lishma. There's lo lishma, ba lishma, but we do it lishma. That's when it counts the most, right? And there's a line in Tehillim which I kind of read right through, but Reshit Chachma. So the beginning of Chachma, the foundation of wisdom is Yirat Hashem, right? So we come back to that concept of Yirat Hashem. Okay, so just a quick recap. Yirat Hashem, right? We're going to talk about it. You have to be a little clever about it. It's not necessarily so straightforward. Wisdom, the point of wisdom is to do tshuva and to do good deeds for people, right? To be part of this world. And then the foundation of wisdom is that Yirat Hashem. So everything's really tied in very closely here, okay? And then Rav continues, Margalit Punya de Rav. So basically what Rav comes and says is, he talks about the next world, what's going to be there. We don't have standing and sitting, we don't have eating and drinking. Why do we care about that? I think that the main message here that Rav is coming to add on to these previous two statements is, it matters. What's in the next world is super important. We care about that. We have to strive to do the right things. But we're put on this world. The Me'il that's going to go on this Torah says that Hashem looked into the Torah and created the world, right? The world wasn't created in a vacuum. We weren't created in a vacuum. We were created with purpose. We were created with context. We were created with the Torah, through the Torah, from the Torah, right? So we need to respect that. Learning Torah, utmost importance. Rambam says the foundation of Yirat Shamayim, Yirat Hashem, is learning Torah, right? That's a big piece of what's going on there. But the way that we achieve truth in true Yirat Shamayim is through good deeds, through acting the right way. It's through greeting your fellow man on the street, right? So that's the Torah's essence. Isn't go sit in a corner, learn, know everything, know the Torah inside and outside. That's super important. We need to take that, right? That's the foundation. We need to know that, but we take that and we put it in the world. We need to be out there. We need to interact with humanity. We need to interact with our people and do it in the right way, right? We speak softly. You can quell anger. You can do amazing things by speaking and acting in the right way. This Torah, with the Me'il and this message, with the line about Rabbi Yochanan and Zakkai was Tanielle, as everyone's kind of spoken about so often, right? She was friendly to everyone. She was inviting to everyone. She really went out of her way to make sure that people felt good, that people felt confident, that people felt loved. And that's not a simple thing. We all have plenty of stuff in our lives, and we all focus on, we got strengths and weaknesses. But if we can take something from today and we can try to carry it through Elul, Yamim Noraim, and forward, the Torah, the world was created, we were created through the Torah. Let's learn that Torah, let's live that Torah, and let's interact with people in the right way. Let's take that and make a real Kiddush Hashem. And we can all change the world. I'm going to cut short. Are we dry? Because I have another sentence. This. I know where I am. Are we dry here? No. Okay. So I guess this is where the tears might come. That's going to make it worse. Thank you, Doug. Tanielle, we're here celebrating, and it's an unbelievable event. It really is. This is incredibly special to be here with family and with friends and with everyone here. And you all mean so much to us, and to the community, and what we're here for. And it's a little ironic to me in some way, because we're so happy, but what are we happy about in some way? I know it's a little, the Torah, but also it's well, what kind of brought us here? And that's, a little more complicated, at least for me. But it really is a bracha, and the impact. Now I hope that, had Tanielle lived and been with us the whole time, we would have still had that ability to learn from her and take that impact and share it and spread it. But that's not what happened. And none of us, my family, I'm going to speak for, and I'm going to, mostly myself, but I feel like I can speak on behalf of everyone. None of us would be the same. We've really taken on so many things and approached life in a very different way, because everyone thinks very differently. And Tanielle was very black and white in how she thought, and very clear in what that was. And those traits and that passion for Torah, really, and for people, and for Yirat Hashem, and doing things, L'Shem Shamayim, all of that's something that's. I mean, I was 13 at the time. I was just a kid. I didn't have. I had thoughts, I had personality, I had whatever, but I wasn't a real person. And I became a real person in her absence, but living through her in many ways. And it's incredible, and to take that and to appreciate, the hard times, the good times, and be able to really take that and grow from it and live with it. I hope that everyone here today can take that and spread it and share it with other people, and we can do amazing things as a family, as a community, as a nation, and through the Torah.
Amen.
Also, real quick, last thing. I did mean to do that. I meant to thank everyone who, a lot of people flew in, a lot of people traveled, in city, out of city. But top of the list are my grandparents, Sava and Savta. They live in Miami. They just celebrated their 74th wedding anniversary, which is astounding. So for you guys to schlep out here, not simple, and it's incredibly special for all of us. So thank you and everyone else.
I'm gonna take a moment just to piggyback on that. We have my sister and brother-in-law, who's really my brother, because he's been in my life since I was 6 or 7. So Rena and Kenny come to everything, no matter what. And Ari flew in today, and Marnina flew in. And David, where is David? And yes. So everyone here is so important, and then those of you who made that even extra effort. Thank you. It means so much. And my brother Joseph, I mean, how lucky are we that my brother gets to be the Sofer who finishes off this Torah.
That's amazing.
It's, Tanielle is smiling.
Well, we're waiting for the last letters to dry, and then we're going to do Hagbah, and then we're going to dance it out. I guess just enjoy.
In the house, she wasn't always. I mean, she
Procession now from the Miller home to the synagogue, where the Torah will be placed in the ark and used on a weekly basis as we go through the streets celebrating.
Well, we are arriving at the destination. That's it for the Hachnasa Sefer Torah for the Miller family in memory of their daughter Tanielle. Her neshama should have an aliyah. We wish them mazel tov to Glenn, to Ruth, and to all the children. Thank you for being with us for this Hachnasa Sefer Torah. Remember, you can check out our website, www.tvrabbi.com, where you can also see former Hachnasa Sefer Torahs, as well as other shows on the web. If you want to email us, the email address is info@tvrabbi.com. If you want to email the Miller family, the Rotenberg family, please feel free to send us an email. I will forward it to them. Hope to see you next week, same time, same place, right here on Tape with Rabbi Doug. Shalom, everyone. Mazel tov.
This has been a Taped with Rabbi Doug production.